What is up, Lake Pro Tackle family? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Guys, today's video, I've got 5 lures here that you cannot live without in the springtime. The pre-spawn, fish are starting to move up, fish are cruising, fish are eating, getting ready to do their business. So these top lures here are gonna be ones that have worked for me consistently over the years. All our customers usually are coming in right now picking up these lures, and these overall are gonna be the ones that are selling the best. So this isn't just my experience, this is our customers' experience, and we wanna make sure that you find the lures that work best for you. So even if you are a little more brand loyal to something like a Strike King or a Berkeley or something like that, take what you're learning here, apply it to what you like to fish already, because we're not here to sell you on whatever we want to sell you on. We want to make sure that you get the right lures for your situation. And if you're a lake guy, a pond guy, a stream guy, that's fine. You can do a lot of different things like size up, size down. You can throw it on different line, different retrieves, and find what works for you for that day. So kicking it off, guys, I love to start with Topwater in the morning, and I like to work chronologically. One of the best buzz baits that I found and love to fish with is a Strike King Skip and Buzz. This guy right here is very, very effective. It comes in like a white, black, green pumpkin, so you get to take your pick, and it also comes with 2 trailers out of the package. It comes with the swim bait, and it comes with like a horny toad. Now, what's absolutely amazing about this buzzbait in particular is when they start moving up under docks later in the spawn time, and they like to spawn under docks a lot of the times around the backside, you can skip this up to the very back of a dock and immediately start working it. So the beauty of this buzzbait is that it has this little wire here that keeps everything in line. It doesn't get tangled up, it's not tumbling, and you can really reel this at slower speeds with the horny toad or the toad trailer, or you can switch it out with the swim bait, especially in the post spawn. That can be extremely deadly. Now right now, a lot of the frogs aren't out on the bank, so typically I like to go with the swim bait. And like I said, you can reel this really slow. I like using 40-pound braid on these guys. You can go higher, but the hook on this isn't a super meaty hook, so you don't need a really, really strong line to throw it. I'll throw it anywhere from on a rod like a 7-foot to a 7'4" generally. Again, a high-speed reel because it's topwater, and 40 to 50-pound braided line is all you need really. So work this around docks. You can work it around vegetation. If you've got like a seawall, if you're fishing a pond or something like that, work it straight parallel, cast parallel to the bank, only a few feet off that wall. And a lot of the times they're gonna be sitting up a little later in the morning once that sun gets up, and they're gonna start sunning themselves to get a little more energy, heat up, so they can go around and chase bait. So this can be a very, very deadly bait, especially once that water temp starts reaching around the 60-degree mark. So we're almost there, but they will eat top water as early as, I think our temps right now around 51, 52. So once it reaches 57, that is my magic time. And even Ott Defoe said this when they were at Toledo Bend, is he even caught a few fish on a buzzbait really early at the last Bass Pro Tour event. So the buzzbait for me is one of my earliest topwater opportunities. This and a popper can be very, very good. So the buzzbait is going to be the #1 choice here for topwater. Next up, we're gonna go with another moving style bait. Now, what's amazing about this bait here is it's gone through several iterations in terms of just like owners who's producing it. But of course, you all probably know about the original Storm Wiggle Wart, or the original Wiggle Wart. Now we've got the Storm Wiggle Wart here. And this guy has been tested throughout time. As soon as it came out, it was a fish catching machine. And no color in particular. I really like this one here. This is gonna be the brown scale crawdad. It's got a little hit of chartreuse on the belly, a little orange, and a darker red-brown top. Now, what I love about the Wiggle Wart is it has a very high frequency searching action on it as it goes through the water. Lighter line, the better it's going to be to get down to the depths that it needs to get at most of the time for the pre-spawn. It says this is a 11-gram bait, and it's going to be 2 3/8 of an inch long, diving to depths between 7 and 18 feet or 2 to 5.5 meters. Now, I typically don't fish the Wiggle Wart down in 18 foot. I seriously doubt this can actually get down that far. Typically, I'm gonna be throwing this around 10 to 12 on 10-pound line, And if you're fishing a pond, guys, if you're fishing shallower water around rock and stuff like that and they're getting up there, don't be afraid to throw it on 15-pound line. You're gonna take away from the action just a little bit, but it is still very, very effective. So that's why I like the Wiggle Wart so much, guys, and it comes in a ton of different colors. But that is going to be my number 2 bait going into this pre-spawn time when they start moving around, start sunning themselves, warming up, and being very opportunistic and wanting to eat a lot. So the next bait we've got here is another moving bait. This is the Jackal TN70. It's a lipless crankbait. The TN70 has been a staple in my tackle box for a very, very long time. This is actually like one of the first lures I spent more than like $10 on back when I was just really started fishing. It's one that's it's one bait that's caught me hundreds of fish, and I've got some where the paint is completely knocked off. Now, this bait here comes in 5/8 of an ounce. The TN70, in this color in particular, this is the RT Escape Craw. It's a lot darker red, black top. And once that water starts to warm up a little bit and they start molting and getting ready for, you know, mating season for crawfish, they're gonna get really, really dark like this. And typically the darker the craw pattern, the bigger that crawfish is going to be. So it really shows just a mature crawfish, something bigger, something that's very a good meal for a bass to eat. So the TN70 and the TN60, which should be coming in stock very, very soon, are going to be like my number 3 pick. Just to cover water, you can throw this through grass, it rips out very easily. The way this bait falls, it has most of the weight in the head, so that way when you yo-yo it off the bottom, if you're in grass, that way it falls pretty flat and steady as it goes down. So the TN70 is an amazing lure just about anywhere you go. The stock hooks are not bad. I typically like to upgrade to some owners or even Mustad triple grips, something with more of an EWG style bend on it, just because the fish in the spawn time really just go around trying to just kill as much things as they can and eat it really, really fast. So that's why I love the lipless crankbait so much, guys. Next up, of course, we've got to have some fire craw bladed jigs, chatterbaits. This one here is from Armstrong Outfitters Tackle. This is currently, at the time of recording, not on the website yet, but if you are an Armstrong fan and want to support local businesses, guys, Kirk does a lot for the store here in terms of just sharing our stuff, being very supportive, and we've got 3 limited colors of these fire craw chatterbaits. We've got some really fun names for them, so if you go to the website after this video here and check out these baits, we've got some really funny names, so I highly encourage you to check these out. But we've got this fire craw with a green pumpkin back, we've got fire craw with a black back and straight fire craw. So Armstrong Outfitters, guys, these are super, super amazing. Absolutely love these. They run extremely true. Straight out of the package, you can throw them out there and they immediately start going. That blade's turning and it puts off a really good thump. Another big thing he does is he puts tape or like reflective tape on the blade itself. This one's a gold blade, but it's got a broken scale pattern on the bait or on the blade itself. He also has like black blades. He can do really whatever you want. So if you want something really custom, reach out to him and he can get it done for you. Last bait up is a jerkbait. Now, I have absolutely fallen in love with these Shimano World Minnows, guys. These things right here are going to be 115 millimeter. They're going to be 5/8 of an ounce, very easy casting. The gold one, if you're around grass, is super deadly. If you're fishing around rocks, really more of that smelt / shad pattern with the little chartreuse hit is very, very deadly as well. And what's special about these, if you don't know, is it has flash boost technology in there. You see it going. That flash boost is really going to allow you to fish the secondary action of the bait. So when you hit this bait a couple times, get the fish's attention, as soon as they get in close and they see that scale or they see that little mirror and they are going to be drawn in and just absolutely kill your bait. Now, there's a lot of jerkbait rods on the market. You don't need one super, super specific for the World Minnow, guys. It comes with extremely good hooks on it. And it has an amazing weight transfer system where you can throw this a really, really long way. Typically, I like a 6'8" to 6'10", maybe 7 foot, depending on how tall you are, for a jerkbait, but that's up to you. Going back to the Wiggle Wart, guys, a 7'2", 7'4" rod with 12-pound line. 10-pound line, typically my go-to rod for that. And with all these here, I can throw a 7-speed or an 8-speed. Just slow yourself down, and it can be really deadly. Chatterbait, the same thing, 7.2, 7.4, not super specific. And the TN70, I like to have a little bit longer rod to get it out there at extreme distances. So like something like a 7.4 to 7.5 is usually my go-to for that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video here. These baits have been killer for me consistently over the years, and consistent for a lot of you, I'm sure. But hopefully you clicked on this video to check out my top list. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video. It really helps us. And leave a comment down below if you did enjoy the video. Guys, if you've got your own suggestions, I want to open up like an open forum for these things in the comment section. So I'm always down there interacting with y'all, and I hope you enjoy it. So leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on Lake Pro Tackle. See ya.